if you guys remember, I want to say it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we talked a little bit about how Trump is basically deploying these loyalty tests to try to make it so that everybody in every position at every level of the government is a sycophant to him. So they want to get rid of this thing, Schedule F. They want to make it so that there are no independent, apolitical, expert-type people in the government who just do their job, dot the I's, cross the T's. They're not involved on the political side of stuff. They just do the actual work, the actual grunt work that needs to be done, right? And so that's what he's in the midst of doing. Now, we've seen it very prominently with certain agencies, of course, with, Pam Bondi in there, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, all these fucking idiots who are literally just podcasters who coddle Trump's balls. We've seen it with them. But what people don't realize is this is happening all throughout the government. This is happening at the FBI. This is happening at the CIA. This is happening in, agencies that you wouldn't even think that it would be a big, whatever it is, CDC, HHS. So, and that's why you have, as you all know, you have RFK destroying science in this country and getting rid of actual experts, bringing in anti-vax cranks, because all you have to do to get the position now is to say Trump should be our emperor, overlord, God king, and then you're welcomed with open arms. Now, meanwhile, you could have 3 decades of experience, and you could be right about everything, but God forbid you don't pass the loyalty test, all of a sudden, you're fucked. You're out of a job. So now we have some information that just came out. This just leaked. We have the specifics of a Trump loyalty test, and we're going to play that for you here. Watch this.
I think this is the first time we've actually had the entire text of the loyalty test. I want to read this from your reporting and from the lawsuit. These were the questions asked of Acting Director Brian Driscoll. Question 3, who did you vote for? Response 3. Driscoll refused to answer this question and stated that it was an inappropriate question with Hatch Act implications.
Now, I should point out, we're getting this information because you have some people at the FBI were illegally fired and now they're suing. They're suing Kash Patel. They're suing Dan Bongino. And basically what they're saying is, look, these guys are a joke. These guys are pathetic. All these guys care about is how many MAGA likes they get on social media. They're fucking on edge all the time. They're nervous all the time. They don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to appease the blob out there. And they're like illegally letting us go. And then because of that, we're getting, here's the fucking loyalty test that these people had to take.
Driscoll refused to answer this question and stated that it was an inappropriate question with Hatch Act implications. Question 4. Do you agree that the FBI agents who stormed Mar-a-Lago to include the rank and file should be held accountable? Response 4. No. FBI personnel were doing their job in furtherance of court orders, legal warrants, and a properly predicated investigation. Question 5. What are your thoughts on diversity, equity, and inclusion? Response 5. Driscoll mentions that members of his own family were first-generation citizens and that he strongly believes in diversity and a diverse workforce that represents the people the FBI serves. He noted that he does not believe in promoting people for the sole reason of diversity and did not support diluting standards for the sake of diversity alone. Question 6. When did you start supporting President Trump? Response 6. Driscoll refuses to answer this question. Question 7. Have you voted for a Democrat in the last 5 elections? Response 7. Driscoll refused to answer this question. After the final question, the loyalty test interview ends. I don't know that in 10 years of covering the Trump story, I don't know that that's ever been revealed as the actual ambition of a loyalty test atop the FBI. It's stunning to read.
I agree. And it was surprising to learn that Driscoll, the acting director, was asked for his voting history because the whole point, Nicole, as you know, and as now many of your viewers and our viewers know, the whole structure of the FBI and the directorship, a director is supposed to serve for 10 years. It was structured precisely to keep this premier law enforcement agency and its sort of amazing powers apolitical.
It's not anymore. It is not anymore. So this is, let's call it what it is. This is tin pot dictator, banana republic type stuff. And the fact of the matter is, if you jam-pack the FBI full of all these loyalists and sycophants, what's going to happen is you could basically have anybody, let's say a MAGA billionaire is caught red-handed in this massive fraud scheme, right? What's likely to happen? This guy who's a MAGA billionaire, who's a massive donor to Donald Trump, who supported Trump very publicly, and the FBI packed full of Trump sycophants, are they going to do their job in an apolitical fashion and say, look, I don't care what your politics are, you broke the law, so we're going to hold you accountable, we're going to do this investigation, we're going to bring a case against you, we're going to lock you up? Or it now is the way the system works the following. The only people we're interested in going after and taking down are liberals and leftists and Democrats. People who are not overtly supporting Donald Trump. You're the ones that are in our crosshairs. And you, even if you commit an offense or not, but even if you commit an offense that's at a lower level than that of a MAGA billionaire, sorry, we're going to spend time, money, and resources coming after you because you're not on the team. This is why it's absolutely necessary to have an apolitical FBI, to have, apolitical experts who do all the real work at these various government agencies. Instead, you got people taking this test. Okay, well, I hate to tell you, usually people who have those sorts of political views who would pass the test, for example, they don't know dick about science and they're going to destroy the CDC and the FDA and Health and Human Services. And lo and behold, that's exactly what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. You had a rebellion at HHS because they're all out there saying, RFK is literally trying to get in there and lie and rig scientific studies to say what he wants them to say. He's got this anti-vax crank who's not going to be in charge of vaccine policy. This is what we're talking about here. We're looking at the systemic destruction of everything we hold dear in this country, every single program that fucking works because of this shit, because of this. Then the other thing is this. So you pack the FBI, you pack the CIA, you pack every single agency full of loyalists and sycophants. Okay. Then the 2028 election comes around. And Trump starts giving orders that are clearly immoral, clearly unethical, clearly illegal about how, the Democrats are stealing it. So to prevent them from stealing it, we need to do X, Y, and Z to make sure we win. Right? There's no evidence Democrats are stealing it. Will these people care? Will they care that they've effectively just been ordered to steal an election for Republicans? Will they care? No, because they passed a loyalty test. The only reason these people are in the positions they're in is because they're party hacks. We've now replaced competence with loyalty to the Emperor God King. And this is how you destroy what's supposed to be a constitutional republic and a representative democracy. And by the way, there's also a healthy dose in here of idiocracy as well, because not only are they loyal to the boy king, King Joffrey, right? They're also a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know their ass from their elbow, don't know the first thing about being a professional, don't know the first thing about, actually having a duty and a responsibility and doing their job objectively. And so here we go. Like in real time, the end of the country. This was unheard of, guys. Even with administrations that I fucking despised, right? Even with like George W. Bush. This is fucking unheard of. That you have a loyalty test for every position in his fucking government? That they would rig the process and rig the system this fucking aggressively? No, I mean, people, fascism is coming. No, it's here. Authoritarianism is coming. No, it's fucking here, bro. It is here. This is another level, what we're talking about here. So, I hope everybody realizes now, I hope everybody understands that based off this shit, crimes are now legal for half the country. And if you fucking sneeze the wrong way and you're a liberal, a leftist, or a Democrat, they're going to fucking crack down. I mean, look, this is what are we seeing now after the killing of Charlie Kirk? Anybody who fucking criticized him at all, even if it was mild, even if you said, I condemn the murder was horrible, but I don't agree with him, and here's why. They're making lists of you. They're trying to call your employer. They're trying to get you fucking fired. They're doing threats. And now they arrested somebody who mocked Charlie Kirk after his death. That's what, the Texas governor, Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels, that's what he was fucking saying. Right? So this is what they're going to do. Use the power of the state to crush all of the people who they fucking don't like. And that's all the liberals, the leftists, and the Democrats. So, it's just amazing how far we've let it go already, right? If this was anybody else, this alone would be a presidency-ending scandal. This alone, if this was a Democrat president who was giving loyalty tests for every single level of their administration, you would have Democratic senators go, you know what, we should impeach our guy, because that's unacceptable. That's not right. These are supposed to be bureaucratic, apolitical positions filled with experts, independent experts. That's what Democrats would do if there was a Democrat that was doing something like this, right? But a Republican does it, nobody will even talk about it. Nobody will even bring it up. They'll act like this is normal. They'll act like, oh yeah, every president does this. The fuck they do. Jesus Christ. So there you have it. I think it speaks for itself. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.